Lauren Grace.
And I'm Brian Newsom.
And we are the founders of Healus. And today we are here to talk about our 2-week digestive cleanse, Gut Tox, which I actually can't believe we haven't talked about it before because this product predates the complete product.
Oh yes, this is a foundational product that I used for 35 years in clinical practice.
First, let's demystify what the word cleanse and detox actually means, because I think when people hear the word cleanse, they automatically think juice cleanse and starving and not eating, and that is not what this is. Let's just get that out of the way. We encourage you to eat. No skipping meals. It is part of the detox process to make sure you are getting food in. So this is not a juice cleanse. And the word detox, all that really means is you're doing something that's helping your body to eliminate toxins faster than it normally would on its own. Because your liver, your kidneys, we have systems in our body that are already designed to get toxins out. The problem is these organs can't really keep up with the toxic load that we're exposed to on a daily basis. You know, we have so many more chemicals in our food, in our water, I mean, just in our air and environment. Even our clothes have more chemicals, lotions that we're putting on our face. It's a toxic world.
When your body gets full of toxins, here's a way to get rid of them.
Yeah, because there's only a few ways that you actually get toxins out of your body. It's either going to be through your stool, through your urine, or through sweat. That's it. There's only a few ways that they're actually eliminated from your system. So for the digestive cleanse, we focus on the colon specifically, because that's where the liver is dumping a lot of the toxic waste. And that's a good thing. It's supposed to dump toxic waste, and then your bowel movements help to eliminate that toxic waste from the body. But because we are exposed to so many more toxins than we used to be, some of those toxins that get deposited into the colon are not eliminated fast enough. And a lot of toxic waste can actually build up along the lining of the colon. And eventually, like if you have chemicals and heavy metals and they're just sitting in this toxic waste buildup, they're just gonna get reabsorbed into the bloodstream. So your liver might be doing its job in getting out toxic waste, but if you're not cleaning out your colon every now and then, or if you're not eliminating fast enough, eating enough fiber, all those things, like you were referencing with the oil change, there's gonna be a gunk buildup. It's gonna slow everything down. It's gonna slow your system down. It's gonna throw your microbiome off. And that's where you have this cascade of effects and health issues in your body. Because the problem is when you have a lot of toxic waste built up, not only is it affecting your microbiome and throwing things off, but then you're not actually absorbing your nutrients as well as you used to be able to. So you could be eating the healthiest diet, but you might not be getting the nutrients from that.
Well, if the Surgeon General states that over 95% of North Americans suffer from malabsorption syndrome, then take that a little bit to heart and understand why everybody has osteopenia, osteoporosis, hair loss, and some of the problems that people are trying to combat with little to no success. This is certainly a great option. I mean, every food particle, everything that you eat breaks down with the enzymes in the body and chewing, which people have an issue with chewing enough, and breaking the food down so the body can pick it up and enzymatically break it down into an amino acid before it gets into the bloodstream. So that's what the Surgeon General is stating, that you're not absorbing your food. And I can certainly give you a testament to that of seeing thousands and thousands of people suffering from the same things, especially muscle loss, and people can't gain weight, and people go, well, I'm skinny, I don't need a cleanse. You may need it more than the people that may have exceptional weight or more weight than they need. You need to clean off the colon and the small intestine and the intestinal walls to be able to absorb the amino acids that you're taking in different products or proteins and get through that carcass and be able to absorb it. And this is absolute cornerstone product for people.
Because in addition to just being able to absorb your nutrients, some of that toxic waste, I think the statistic was like the average American can carry up to 12 pounds of just excess fecal matter.
You carry a lot more than that.
I mean, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. I mean, if you're looking for weight loss, this is a good place to start, because you might just be carrying around a lot of extra toxic waste that's built up.
Well, I have people losing 25 pounds of garbage and putting on 25 pounds of muscle from the absorbability, again, of those products. So it's for those people that are already in exceptional or pretty good shape, that think they don't need any help. I beg to differ with you. From Olympic athletes to a weekend warrior that thinks he's in great shape, we all need it. We all need better absorption.
Well, and this goes back to, I mean, ancient cultures used to know this. They used to cleanse on a seasonal basis. That was a normal thing.
The ancient cultures would utilize this process about every change of season, and that was to benefit the coming together or the bonding, the spiritual bonding of the cultures, and keep them healthy.
So cleansing has been done through history because even though they didn't know the science behind detoxing, they could feel the benefits. And one of the biggest benefits is going to be improved digestive health, right? We're starting with the gut. If you're cleaning out your colon's going to be working much more efficiently. It's going to have lower inflammation. Your microbiome is going to be a lot healthier, and your microbiome is everything, right? Your microbiome, it has that major connection to your brain, right? It's your second brain. It influences how you think, how you feel. Your microbiome is 80% of your immune system. So if you really want to bolster your immune system, making sure your colon is happy is one of the first places that you want to start. So some of the additional benefits can be things like clearer skin, that's very common, more energy, more focus because of that gut-brain connection. Actually, and because of the serotonin, you have 95% of your serotonin is actually made in your gut, so people will start to feel happier, less depressed. It can be a really great reset for your mind as well as your gut. And of course, weight loss, fat loss, that can definitely come along with cleansing. Like Brian said, even if you're thin, you still might have excess toxic waste that you need to shed. So the cleanse can definitely assist with that. And if you have a lot of extra weight on you that you're wanting to lower, cleansing is a great way to do it because you're going to be following a diet that's going to assist in healthy eating. Plus, you have a lot of toxins that are actually trapped in fat cells, so you'll be able to start to lose some of those fat cells as you detox.
Your body is going to metabolize better, basically.
Okay, so let's get into what our cleanse actually is. So it is a 2-week cleanse, and there are 2 parts to it. One part is a diet, and you're gonna get a full e-guide that's over 30 pages long that includes tons of recipes, meal plans. It's gonna give you a complete list of what you can eat, what foods you should limit, and what you want to avoid. And before you get scared of the word diet, I actually don't like the word diet. This is just a food guide. It's a healthy way to eat. It's very easy. What we do is it's more of an anti-inflammatory style of eating. So we want you for these 2 weeks to eliminate gluten, dairy, soy, and really processed crap. That's it. You can eat meat, you can eat tons of vegetables. We want you to get a lot of fiber in. We're going to emphasize fiber over and over and over. Fiber is very, very important for this cleanse. Fiber is important in general, but it's really a very, very doable way of eating. A lot of our patients just would eat like this normally. This was just an adopted lifestyle. It's very doable. You can eat out following this cleanse. We give you restaurant guidelines and help on what to order when you eat out. So it's very, very doable as far as the food part goes. But the food part is also very important because as you're detoxing, you're lowering inflammation in general, so the rest of your body can get a break from those inflammatory foods. And you're going to be increasing your fiber, which is going to help feed your microbiome, giving it all those good prebiotics. And the fiber also serves to help get out additional toxins from your colon. That's one of the things fiber is really important for, and people don't really talk about, but you need fiber in your colon to pull out a lot of those toxins.
Now you have a lot of that information, or all of it, in the e-guide, right?
Yeah, everything I'm talking about, we reinforce in there. So like I said, it's a 30-page guide. We want this to be an education too, so that once you learn this, you know it, you can repeat it yourself. And the second part of our cleanse is going to be the colon scrubber and colon flusher. And these are 2 products that you're going to be taking. And they pretty much do what they sound like, what they're named after, right?
I coined them different names, basically, to just tell what it what they
describe
do.
what it does, right? So the colon scrubber goes into your colon. You're going to take a few of these capsules. That's all in the e-guide of how many you take. And it's going to basically go in and it helps to really kind of get that toxic waste off of the colon walls. It's like kind of scrubbing the colon walls because a lot of that stuff is very like dried, sticky, hard to remove. So the colon scrubber is going to really assist in getting a lot of that toxic waste off. And then the colon flusher is going to come in and that's going to draw a lot of water to your colon and that is going to flush a lot of the waste out. So a big part of the digestive cleanse is going to be having more bowel movements than you normally would. That's part of the cleanse. That's part of the detox is you're going to be going to the bathroom quite a bit. So the colon scrubber and the colon flusher are going to work together to pull these toxins out of the body. That's going to happen through an increase in bowel movements. And in the e-guide, you're going to be given very specific instructions on how much colon scrubber and how much colon flusher to take for your body. This is not a one-size-fits-all cleanse. In fact, when they're selling one-size-fits-all cleanse online, I get like nervous for people because everyone has a different motility. Some people are prone to constipation, some people are prone to diarrhea. So in this guide, we are going to walk you through step by step how many colon scrubber and how many colon flusher you should take for your body. And everyone's going to start really small and you're going to dose up appropriately. You don't have to get to the highest dose. That's fine. You're going to do what's going to work for your body comfortably. So it is a self-adjusting cleanse, which is good because you can even adjust it depending on what your day is like, right? So I know we have had patients that were airline pilots, right? That, you know, maybe had to adjust their dose the night before if they had an early morning flight, but you know what? They could do it. They were flying every single day and they were able to do a full 2-week cleanse by just adjusting and making sure they were doing the right dose for them. So it's really very doable no matter what your schedule is. We make it doable, we make it adaptable so that it can work for you. Because we know that not everyone can just take 2 weeks off and like sit at home and
Well, it
cleanse.
doesn't work when you're sitting and not doing anything.
You want to move. That's true. Yeah.
Movement is essential.
Now, if you're going to do this cleanse, I highly recommend that you do our protein as well. So the protein was actually designed for this cleanse specifically. It was designed when we were working with patients in our practice because we needed a way to get them to do more fiber every day while they were cleansing because that fiber is so important and just most people just lack it. They just don't get enough in their diet. So Brian, you came up with this protein, many months of trial and error coming up with it, but it's a hemp-based vegan protein. And the reason we use hemp as our base is because it's very high in fiber, but it's also full of healthy fats and protein. It's kind of the perfect balance. And we call this prebiotic protein because every single ingredient in it is actually a prebiotic. We don't use any additives, no preservatives. It's limited ingredients, but every single one is actually a prebiotic. So while you're cleansing and you're flushing out these toxins and you're eating food that's bringing in more fiber, a way that you can really maximize the results is by adding in this protein because it's not only going to up your fiber for the day, but it's also going to be flooding your colon and your microbiome with all these good prebiotics to produce some nice good bacteria to balance things out, lower inflammation. It's really going to assist with your cleanse. A great way to add this protein into your diet is going to be through smoothies, either for breakfast or for snacks. And in the e-guide, we actually have several smoothie recipes that include this protein so that you can get your smoothie in as a breakfast and you're getting that dose of fiber first thing in the morning. So it's an optional add-on, but I highly recommend doing the cleanse with the protein because that is how we've done it since the beginning of time. It's with the protein, basically.
Make it easy on yourself.
And this comes in, this is our chocolate, that's my favorite, but we also have a vanilla. So the e-guide is going to walk you through all of those instructions. It's going to walk you through all the food guidelines. It's very comprehensive. And it's going to give you tips on how to deal with detoxing in general because this is a detox. So not all of it's going to feel really comfortable. It's a detox, right? That's part of it. So when you're detoxing toxins from your body, there is something called a die-off effect. And die-off essentially means when a toxin or something is dying, being removed, it can give off this sort of like fume, sort of residual kind of waste in the body. And that can result in different symptoms. Some people get headaches, some people get fatigue, you could sweat a lot, that's a common one. And because this is happening in your colon, you could feel more bloated during the cleanse. That's very normal because of the die-off effect. So there's gonna be some uncomfortable waves that you're gonna go through, and then you're gonna also go through periods during the 2 weeks where you feel like you have tons of energy and you feel amazing. And it's a bit of an up and down process, because it's a detox. And remember, when you're going through a detox and you feel some of those symptoms that make you feel off, that's a good thing. That literally means toxins are actually leaving your body. And we give you a lot of tips on how to deal with some of those symptoms so that you can alleviate them very fast. It's also a great jumpstart into a healthy lifestyle and a healthy way of eating. If you have not been eating great, if you've been wanting to make a change in your diet, this is a great way to do it, because not only are you making some dietary changes, and they're not harsh changes, these are extremely doable changes, but you're also working on that gut-brain connection. So a lot of those food cravings that you might have normally, you're really gonna see change while you're on this cleanse, because you're kind of resetting that patterning in your brain by eating differently and cleansing your gut at the same time. So if you've been craving sugar or craving processed food and all of that kind of stuff, by doing a 2-week cleanse, after the cleanse, you'll find that you don't want to go back to eating that crap. You don't. You actually want to just continue. You feel good. You want to continue to eat the way you've been eating. So it's a great jump start into a new healthy lifestyle. With all of that said, a cleanse is not for everyone. If you have an inflammatory bowel disease like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, cleansing is not the best idea for you, especially definitely not during a flare-up, but you can definitely do it once you've been stable for a long period of time, but you don't want to cleanse if you've been in and out of flare-ups. If that's you, stick with a complete biotic. I recommend looking at the complete biotic. That's going to really help repair that inflammation and take that down. So get yourself to a place where you're a little more stable before you attempt a cleanse. But otherwise, you've done this for 35 years, well over 10,000 patients. Now you've changed and developed the formula over time.
Yes, I made it easier and more gentle for people to go through without having any of the side effects as typical cleanses that use senna and psyllium and...
Well, a lot of the detox teas and stuff out there, they're very caustic.
Yeah.
They're very harsh. So you don't want to use harsh laxatives to cleanse. That's not the idea. You want a gentle cleanse, like yes, you're going to be going to the bathroom, or yes, you're going to feel some detox side effects, but you should not be in pain or cramping or not being able to function. That's not what a proper cleanse or detox is. You need to be able to live your life. You know, our patients were working, they were, you know, they were working, they were traveling. This was something that they could do while living their life. So this is a great time of year to cleanse, to detox. It's a fresh start for the year. And actually, doesn't matter when you're watching this, it's always a good time to cleanse. We do cleanses after vacations sometimes, after big holidays, all of that. You can really cleanse any time of year. We just recommend doing it seasonally so that you kind of keep track of it. And it's a great thing to start your new year with.
So hopefully you go through this as well as my 10,000 patients have been through it and have the same typical results that they have had time and time again.
Yeah, I think we've done it enough and we've seen our patients do it enough to know that you're going to feel good. So that is our 2-week digestive cleanse in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us. We'd be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. And we hope that your new year is off to a happy and healthy fresh start.